Welcome to Outlook and Calendar Level 1. We're going to start by looking at how to access our email. So the first thing we need to do is open up a new Chrome browser. We're going to go to our home page. Email can be found in the For Staff section and Staff Email Access. But there are several more efficient ways that we can access this email. The first thing you'll need to do if you don't have auto sign in turned on is to sign in. If you don't have auto sign in turned on, it's going to ask if you'd like to stay signed in. If this is your school computer and you would like it to automatically sign you in every time you open it up, you can say yes. I would encourage that you say don't show again if you say yes. Once you're in your email, we're going to create a shortcut. There are several different ways to do this, but what it does is it makes getting to your email quicker and more efficient. So the first thing we're going to look at is how to pin your email to your bookmarks bar. So that's my very first thing because I access it every day. The way that we do this is by clicking the star in your URL bar. You can name it whatever you look. I named mine Mail. Once you're done, you'll click Done. If you have a bunch of bookmarks, you may need to go find it by using these two little arrows. Mine's over here. If you don't have any bookmarks, it'll be the very first thing you see. So that's one way to create a bookmark. Another way to create a shortcut is to pin it to your taskbar at the bottom. So you can right-click on the Chrome icon, you can find where your email is, and you can pin it here. That's going to be the first thing that pops up when you open your Chrome browser. Your third option for creating a shortcut is to pin an icon to your desktop. To do that, you're going to make your browser smaller. You're going to click up here in the URL and you're going to drag it to your desktop. Now, every time you click this icon, it's going to open up only your email. And if you turn on auto login, it'll automatically sign you in when you open this icon. Now we're going to look at your top bar. The first thing you see is your app launcher. If you open it up, it has all your Microsoft products. You have a search bar. You can start chats. You can look at your day. This is where Outlook and Calendar work together to help show you all the things you have going on. You have your settings, help, what's new, and notifications. The very last icon is your profile. The next thing we're going to look at is your left pane. Over here, you have these three little lines that toggles this pane off or on, depending on what your needs are. This pane contains your inbox, your sent items, deleted, and any other folders that you may have set up to use. Down at the bottom, you have Mail, which we're currently in. You have Calendar, which we'll look at a little later, People, and To Do. Just a few more basics to look at now. So we're going to open up an email, anything you've got, and see how we can interact with that. The first thing, when you click to open that email, you have some options right here. You can delete. You can mark as unread if you need to come back and make sure you remember to read it again. You can flag it, or you can pin it. If you click the pin, that moves this message to the top of your inbox. Every email comes with important information. It lets you know who sent it, when it was sent, who else received it, and then the body of the text. Over to the right, you have some other interaction options. You can like a message. That just gives the sender a quick thumbs up without having to respond. Next, you have reply. If you click reply, that means that you are only going to reply to the person who directly sent it, not the other people in the to list. If you click reply all, that means that every person who got the original email is going to see your response. Then you can forward an email. This means that you're taking the information that was given to you and you're sharing it with someone else. If this email is something that's important and you feel like you need a hard copy of, one of the options we're going to go ahead and look at is over here in the ... So if you'll open that ellipsis up, you can scroll down just a little bit and find the word print. If you click print, that's going to show you what this email would look like if you printed it out. Now we're going to move into the next piece of our email. We're going to look at some of our settings. So up in the top right-hand corner, click the little gear, your settings wheel, and we're going to look at some of these options. The first thing you see here is your theme, whether you have dark or light mode on, and then your focused inbox. This is one that people have a lot of questions about. The focused inbox sorts your emails for you as far as priority, what you'll see first, what it's going to put in the other folder. If you don't want it auto-sorted, if you want the opportunity to look at every email that comes to you, you can turn this off, and then it'll change up here, so you won't have a focused and an other anymore. This is just the place where all your emails go. There are other settings in this quick view, but we're going to move into the View All Outlook settings. The first thing we're going to look at is Compose and Reply. There are several options under here, but we're going to look primarily at creating an auto signature. An auto signature is what's going to appear at the bottom of every message you send. It contains your sign off and other pertinent information. So we're going to walk through how to set that up and turn it on so that all of your emails are signed off automatically. Your auto signature should include some specific important information. The first thing we'd like for you to include is your sign off. Whatever's appropriate for you works here. That could be sincerely, it could be a way that you address your students every day, whatever works for your role. And then your signature. Underneath that, we're going to include some important information about you, starting with your campus and your room number, then potentially your role or your department. Underneath that, any additional information that you would like to include, please do so. This could be office hours you'll hold when you're able to meet with parents. You could include your coaching position or a sponsorship that you have, a group that you work with. You can also include pictures. If your group has won awards that you'd like to share, you can click Insert Picture Inline and find the icon you'd like to include. From there, you'll be able to resize that image by clicking on it. You can make it as small or as large as you would like. Once you're happy with your signature, you have two options below. Automatically include my signature on new messages that I compose. Please turn that on, we want that. And then automatically include my signature on messages I forward or reply to. This is a personal preference. I include it on my email. Once you've set up your signature, we're going to save. After you've saved your signature, we're going to look at some of these settings next. Underneath that, you have your message default settings. Maybe you'd like to change the typeface or the size. Maybe you need fonts a little bigger, or maybe you'd like them to be smaller. You have bold, italics, underlined, and highlighting options. Additionally, you have the option to have your email default to reply or reply all. Currently, my email is defaulted to reply all, but I don't often use that feature, so I'm going to change it to just reply. What this means is that if you'd like to reply to all, instead of it automatically replying to everybody, you'll just make that choice instead. Once you finish looking at these settings, please make sure that you save and close the settings option. Now, if you'd like to preview your auto signature, you're going to click New Message. You should see a blank email. The only thing that's included is your auto signature that you've set up. Verify that that information is correct, and now every time you send an email, your signature is automatically applied for you.